you get in behind that? So they don't have anywhere to run, please. That would be lovely. There's the anti-partisan, and we have another operative. We're going to go with the safecracker, demolition expert, or the seducer. We'll go with the seducer. And we're going to say, root out some more of that resistance. Down here. There we go. Cut off. Beautiful. Beautiful! Yeah, Egyptian front is looking good. Attack down there is getting a little concerning. Najd is losing more and more troops, that's good. Yeah, Saudi was definitely the right one to go for first, then we can take out Yemen as well. And then we'll probably turn our ire towards Egypt and take Iran out last, because Iran is a pain to invade. Like, as much trouble as they're having against me, we're going to have that going the other way. Especially if we lose all of our, what are they called? Blobbies. Mountaineers. Although the army is no stranger to armoured vehicles, sporting a variety of armoured cars during the Weltkrieg and taking command over a variety of Mark V tanks in the British Empire, the Empire nonetheless lacks the capabilities of an established armoured corps. To rectify the issue, a special commission has been tasked with expanding our supply of armoured vehicles and provide adequate training. Speaking of adequate training, ships of the desert. No, not light tanks. I would like for you to have some armoured cars. I know. Crazy. And then another camel. That's going to give us loads of soft attack, decent defense, good breakthrough, massive breakthrough actually, a little bit of armor. And we're going to be able to... Yeah, we can't afford that. We can do that. Big reduction in terms of you. So how about we do this? We'll save that for a second. I want to see how many guns we actually have. Okay, we do have a shortage in regular old guns. I will like to have... probably not. No, we don't. Never mind. I would really like to add artillery to these units, but our production in general, not great. But now we do have armoured cars, at least in our camel units, so they should have a bit more oomph. Managed to research level 3 light tanks before doing the focus and got given several hundred free light tanks, and yes, the latest models. Oh, nice. The Rhodesian government has gone into exile and the main forces have capitulated to the Republic of South Africa. We're moving into Kuwait? Yeah, we are. Okay, now we need to start producing armoured cars again. And we're going to say that you're actually kind of important. What are we least short in? Artillery, probably. Yep. No civilian factories. Uh-oh. Couple of units ready for deployment, but I'm really not sure if I want to do this. You know what, I'm actually going to cancel you because you've got a bunch of equipment that we can make use of. I'll keep the Mountaineers though. Because like I said, fairly sure that these guys are going to die sometime soon. May as well have them die to the last man. Keep on going. You know what? You go... Save all of this. You go and grab Riyadh, because why not? And you go and get Berida. In fact, if you can just cut in behind them, that would be awesome. We have enough troops up here that can take out the remnants of their actual forces. General Nuri Pasha's mausoleum. Installed as a second corps command in Gallipoli, Nuri Pasha was so saddened by the lack of proper recognition paid to the fallen soldiers there during the Weltkrieg, he sold his houses in Constantinople, spent all of his savings, and has ordered the construction of a mausoleum to honour the 16,000 Turkish boys that fell at Zingder. Collecting the bones still largely scattered on the fields of battle, he has carefully placed them with prayers in the marble shrine. Himself having served as a junior officer during the Weltkrieg on the Gallipoli front, he hopes that with action their deeds will be immortalised and they will be seen as martyrs they truly were. Adrianople unrest decreases? That is a pretty noble gesture. I'm impressed. Was that a real thing? Oh, please tell me that was a real thing, because that's awesome. Oh, that's just left open. Okay, look, please. Have we disbanded the MOJ? It was disbanded for us, shall we say. Go and get Muscat back for me. That'll be lovely. Oh, we didn't get Riyadh though. That's annoying. Ah, sod. Forgot to give them that order. Well, there go the Mountaineers. Quick, go get me another one. And put them somewhere a bit more useful this time. Like on that front. Hey Mordred, no multiplayer game going on. Did that fall through? It fell through. Did I not have D&D plans at midnight? No, that's tomorrow. And it won't be streamed until next week. Tomorrow is the character creation, which we're just going to do for ourselves. We'll probably release that as a video at some point in the future, but I don't want to give you any secrets. Secrets are secrets. Egypt is completely failing to break through. Iran is doing some damage, but nowhere near as much damage as we're doing. I'm just annoyed that they managed to hold on to Riyadh. That's very irritating. Oops, go away. How do I get rid of these? Thought I'd already done this, but apparently not. I like that they've done this. I like that they've got more, like, new player-friendly stuff going on, but... Actually, I just hit 2,000 hours of Hearts of Iron. I noticed that yesterday. 2,000 hours of this game now. I think I've got the basics. More or less. Kind of. Okay, we now have actually 15 civilian factories available. So, I think it is time for us to start industrializing. Let's start putting down the military factories. No, let's start putting down the civilian factories. Then we can do the military factories. Because you know what we still haven't done? We're still on early mobilization. And we still have our Prime Minister who gives us the massive boost to civilian factory construction speed. Like, civilian factories are still penalized by 10%. But hey, at least the supply is flowing nicely. We're probably going to start seeing Yemeni troops here soon. There you are, moving there. Good. Medina has fallen, and actually with that, we've turned this into a reverse pocket. The gamble has paid off! No! Muscati government in exile. Said Ibn Taymiyyah has formally requested permission from the Ottoman government to return Muscat and re-establish a provisional Al-Said cabinet in preparation for the post-war peace. It is time for them to return to their territory, or... Not yet. No, I'm definitely going to give it to them. Muscat, stay loyal. They will be rewarded. This will be remembered. Cut them off again there. Go collect the bones of our fallen brave warriors. Ottoman Armoured Project. There we go. Tanks incoming. So do we want a free military factory then 10% faster infantry equipment? Or do we want to continue going down here to get our industry really going? Probably the industry. Or we don't take a focus and try to regain our political power. Because we do have an election coming up, and right now we'll lose it. Galenus wants me to drink some tea. I think that can be arranged. But Mordred, we can't raise conscription law. It's not conscription law I'm talking about, it's the mobilization. I don't know why they've called this mobilization. Mobilization is the summoning of manpower. This is mobilization. This is retooling the economy. This is the war economy. Which way are you going? You're going north. Let's go and finish this pocket off. Or at least make it so that it's no longer dangerous to us. You go and take out Yemen. Alright, so we decided... So we're going to do the roads. No, we weren't. We were going to do this. Because that leads to... Oh, this actually gives us more... That one loses us deputies. That one gains us the 10 that we lose from this. That's 10 more. No, I think I am just going to not take a focus for a while. So that we have the points to get the deputies when we need them. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yup. Alright, Sultanate and Najd I think is basically dead. So we're going to reassign some of these guys. There's the tier 2 artillery, which we can then start producing. Stop clicking the focuses, I ain't doing one. 39, we want more industry, particularly that one, so we can increase efficiency. Still not doing a focus. Get rid of that. Okay. Oh, right. The heavy materials was using up civilian factories. Oh, here comes Yemen. Be careful you don't get cut off here, guys. But I do like that we're kind of putting some pressure in behind them. Meanwhile, this lot is holding very firm against Egypt, and in fact Egypt is suffering horrendous casualties. 100,000 men lost on just that little front. So even though we don't have the benefit of holding on to Suez right now, it's kind of good enough. Yeah, You're going all in. Come on, people. Ah, nuts. No, don't do that. Get back here. Don't get surrounded, please. You guys are kind of expensive. Meanwhile, on the Iranian front, we're inflicting casualties. Who's actually done the most to us? Yemen. Right, because of the Mountaineer encirclement. Egypt's only killed 17,000. I've killed 108,000. Nash has killed 16,000. I've killed 34,000 of them. The big problem, though, is going to be garrisons, and probably the ballooning deficit in terms of weapons is because of garrison shortages. And in fact, I'm not even creating aircraft right now because we just don't have enough factories. Although, getting this land back again will help. You go and hold on to Muscat, just so we can keep that port. Right, tank divisions, thank you, I do. Let's sort you by that, and then we'll go you and you. Tempted to give them to him. But we do have a tank specialist. Tashin Pasha. Where do I want you though? What width are you? Your combat width 12. Great breakthrough. Terrible organization. In the one place where you would be very useful right now, whoops, would be there. If Riyadh doesn't fall before you get there, in fact, just don't do that. Let's have you somewhere where I'm expecting to be able to push at some point. Let's put you here. I'll also get you a bunch of experience. Alright. Tanks in defense. Probably to mop up Najd. See, I know, because Najd is gonna... It's in the middle of a desert. It's gonna have a huge amount of attrition. These guys are finally running out of supplies. Here come the tanks. They are very quick. What are the best templates for desert? Definitely 10 width. Ah, you got... Ah, there we go. Nejd is finally freaking fallen. 11,000 guns. Oh man, I needed that. And 27,000 of other equipment. Taking Najd might have just won us this war. Because, man, I needed those guns. 32,000 infantry equipment. Heck yes. Abdulmesid II has announced the cowardly Saudi nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the overwhelming presence of Ottoman forces throughout the country. Kerchenk indeed. Alright, let's take out Yemen. Let's go and surround that Yemeni unit. And that's also going to be a huge boon in terms of garrisons. Which we can now actually do because... yeah, some of these unrests are getting a little bit high. I think we're going to have to deal with repeated Syrian uprisings, unfortunately. At least Arabia won't cut me off anymore. Although we do need to now garrison the whole of Saudi Arabia. So there is that. Fun times ahead. Austria took 22 states, Illyria took 1, Hungary took 1, Greece, Serbia, Romania have all been annexed. And they only got 5,000 equipment, so no, I got more. How are the civil wars going? Carlists are losing. CNT, FAI are about the same place. I mean, the Kingdom of Spain is definitely the one that's lost the most territory. But this is still very equal. This could go in any direction. Over here, PSA is winning easily. They've actually started to push quite deeply into the CSA land, moving in on Chicago, which is awesome. Deal with the Devil actually kind of bailed them out there. And these guys are doing uprisings all over the place. Okay, okay. I dig it. In fact, the only one I need to take out to win the war against Kaiserreich is Egypt. No. Take out Yemen first of all. Let's placate this entire area. Smoke generators, that's the last of the naval upgrades that I wanted to do. Unless there's like a submarine upgrade I need to finish. I actually have quite a bit of upgrade. In fact, their torpedo quality is very good too. Let's get that, just to make our torpedoes a little bit more effective. But yeah, submarines, they've seen some action. Bulgaria has joined Donau Adriabund. So Bulgaria joined Austria. Interestingly, these guys are actually feeling pretty good about it, an attack here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to assign you lot to him. So that's just going to be the Iran front. You're the explodies, so we'll make you pink. You already were. Let's make you a bit lighter. Pink and red. That's not going to cause any problems. Okay. I think what I might also do is provide you with a bit of an air force. In fact, we probably have a couple of planes. Here we do. Not currently assigned. Let's give you some air power. Oh, the tanks are already down here. Korean uprising, the rise of Japan in recent decades, massively upset the status quo in East Asia, and the annexation of Korea in 1910 in the Land of the Rising Sun was seen as indicative of a new order on the mainland. However, Japanese power is not limitless, and the colonization efforts in Korea, Manchuria, Formosa have led to great resentment against their occupiers, leading to the instance of an open revolt in the Korean peninsula. I do hope that one of these days they retool that uprising to actually have a chance. Because at the moment it's like, here, have 2 divisions and instantly die. Hey, we got our dreadnoughts back. After the successful raid in Beirut only 6 months ago, the Sultan Osman I and Sultan Murat were forced to undergo large-scale repairs. Sultan Murat was in especially bad shape for a time. Specialists believe she would be just like the Yavuz Kapsais. Working around the clock, both ships have now been restored to combat-ready status. We do keep on spotting their navies. We just never seem to actually engage them. You guys actually have a bucket load of oh yeah, I guess constant fighting will do that. Oh, and you're also the Desert Fox. Okay, that's going to help. I wonder if these guys are actually being modified by the cavalry guy. Motorized cavalry and mechanized. I really hope that camels count as cavalry here. Otherwise, they would have been better off with the Desert Fox. Although, actually, to be fair, you should be getting Desert Fox. I mean, come on, 52%. Yeah, you are. You're also pretty close to getting Organizer. How are you doing? Ah, you've leveled up. You're now level 4. Good. Organizer, 63. So we can actually get you Offensive Doctrine now. Which I'm going to do. And then in 2 levels times, once you're level 6, then we'll get Logistics Wizard, because you should have it by then. That +1 attack is just too nice to have. Ah, pause. So we have a couple of units being held currently in reserve. And I ain't got no time for that. So we're going to put them over on this front and tell them to attack again. Actually. Yeah, they can attack, that's fine. It's desert. They'll be useful. Am I going to push into Iran? No, not until Egypt's capitulated. Iran is a separate war, and like I said before, like pushing across into the Iranian mountains is a freaking nightmare. And right now they're pushing into my mountains, and I'd much rather that they were taking the attrition than I was. And then once I can concentrate my entire army over there, boom. Losing land to them, minuscule amounts. They're having to waste a lot of resources to do that. So, you've been removed. Hey! Positive political power. Huzzah! And here we go. We've broken through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab you lot. Park you right there. Now that our dreadnoughts can bring in the big guns, we're going to start using them. Here, have some naval bombardment. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Bombardment! Are we blowing up Suez? No, we'll keep it. Sail a couple of dreadnoughts down it, see how they like that. Though I think what I will do is tell you to halt. Because you are suffering horrendous casualties. And I'd rather you didn't. To be honest.